Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. I hope the videos are helping you in your designing process. If they are, please smash that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, hit like, leave me a comment, and share the content, of course. Today, we're going to address something that I don't know. I've seen on a couple of the forums and stuff about the signet ring, right, and getting those nice crisp edges. And I think this is kind of an easy way to do it for a lot of people. So I thought I'd just throw it out there. We'll go ahead and get going on it. So I'll just grab me a ring rail. And we'll go ahead and change it to a men's size. Let's say 11. And then I'll just go ahead and hit enter or right click. Now I'll just go to my Signet Advanced Builder and slap that out there. And the edges I'm talking about, and if you're not familiar with or understanding, is those kind of where, there it is right here, this here, right? So I'm going to double click that for my top. And it'll throw it out there, and let's just do a little manipulation here real quick with this, and then I'll bring it out a little, something like that. So we have these edges, but if you look at the item, you know, it's really not giving you those nice crisp edges there, right? So we want to try and get those edges nice and crisp. It's kind of rounding it off, right? So we'll just go ahead and I'm not gonna, well, all right, I will. We'll go ahead and mess with this just a little, bump it out a little. And of course our 2.5 and our 2.5 down here. What do I got it here? Yeah, that's more than enough. 4.5 is fine probably. Let's just go ahead and take that, and we'll take that and enter, and then we'll go back to our shading area there. And I'm just going to take the ring and I'm just going to get rid of it. But it lays out a lot of the curves that we're going to need very, you know, they're there. So, you know, if you want to draw them all out, I guess you can. But we'll just go ahead and keep on going on this thing here. I'm going to turn on points here. I'm going to go ahead and take this point here and this one here, and I am going to just drag them up so it gives me pretty much a square right there. So they're kind of overlapping, but it's no big deal. So I'll take that. I'm going to take this and I am going to nuke it for a second here, because I want this curve right here, because I want to try and keep that same angle, right? So I'll just go ahead and duplicate it from that end point down here, and just kind of put it where I want it. I don't know, maybe a nice little edge, something like this here. So, and I'll go ahead and take this and I will split it with this and hit enter. I'll get rid of that piece there. I'll take this and I'll split it with this here and hit enter. And it broke history, no big deal for right now. And I'll take that. So I'll say that's my edge that I want. So I want to keep it nice and short, right? And now we have to get that edge to come up. So we need those lines, right? But those are kind of a little difficult. So to get at a nice right angle, you kind of play around with them a lot. So we're just going to try and make it easy. And we are going to go back to curves. We're going to hit extend this curve here, enter, and then click on it again, and then just bring it up something like that, and hit enter. We'll accept that. Okay, now we're going to take that curve. We are going to split it with this curve here and hit enter. And now we have that little piece there that goes at the angle kind of that one there. So, right, kind of matches up. So we'll go ahead and we will dupe that one from that end point there to that end point there and this end point here, right? So now they're kind of lined up at the same angle as this one here, right? Now we'll just grab a line curve. I'll switch that to, we'll go to green here. I'll go in here, click here, go to my other viewport so I can just drag it straight down, hold down shift, and right click, bring it back, go to that other point and drag it down straight like that. So now we have this, okay? So now we can do a blend, right? So we can do a blend from this curve here to this one here, and let's switch that second one there, and let's drag that first one down, and let's kind of get it set up to where we want it. Maybe, you know, you might want it pretty close to that original one for that, at least that surface, right? 'Cause otherwise it would be bowing in. So we'll take that. We'll go ahead, right click, we'll select this one here. We'll go down to this one here, click there, flip that second one again, and come in here and drag that point down to the end there, and again go back to our front viewport and just kind of maybe give it that kind of same shape there. But of course this one you don't want, this is that edge, right? So it's going to be a little bit, but you want to kind of keep the contour a little bit close, right? And we'll go ahead and hit enter. Okay. Now we're going to take this curve here, well, not this one. Yeah, we'll take that one, and we'll take this one here, and we will go ahead and we'll split it with this one here and that one there, right? And then hit enter. So we have this piece here, we have this piece here, and we have that piece there, right? Now we're go ahead down to this one here. We'll take that, right click, split with this one here, and hit enter, and we have that piece there. So you can see where I'm going with this, I'm sure. So now I think I'll need to do this one here, and right click with split with this one here and hit enter, right? And then take this one, right click and split with this one and hit enter. So we got this piece, this piece, this piece, and that piece, and we have this. Oh, it didn't split there. Okay, so we'll need to take this one and right click, it will split with this one here and hit enter, because we need that one separately. So we got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? And we want to make sure that those pieces here are not joined. Actually, we can go ahead and get rid of those for now. We'll take that one, this one, and this one. We'll keep them because you never know. You might want to go back and redo some editing, right? And we'll turn them to gray and hide them so that we have them, right? And we'll go ahead and take these two here and do the same thing. Just keep the pieces that we want out here for right now. Okay, that we don't need, but we'll keep it out there. All right, so now what we can do, we're set up for a sweep 2, right? So we just go to sweep 2. We can do this edge here, this edge here, this curve, hit enter, and then go ahead and turn all this extra stuff off, and we're keeping it all parametric. So if you want to go back in, maybe this curve's not where you want it, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm going to right click, and then we'll click on this curve here, this one, and this one, and hit enter. And again, we'll go ahead and delete all those extra options there, and then hit enter, and we'll go ahead and do it one more time for this surface here, this curve, this one, and this one down here, and hit enter. And again, one more time, get rid of all those extra things over here, and then we'll just go ahead and hit enter. So we have basically our shape, but maybe you want to get a little bit better look at it. It's going to be hard to tell. So what we can do is take this, go ahead, transform, mirror, XY direction, and multi, and now it's laid out there in all our directions. So now we can go in here and kind of take a look at it, right? And we can select this curve, and we can turn on points, and we say maybe that's, you know, that's really bumping out there. I don't like that. So we can take it and just kind of bump it in a little. So you can adjust your curve, and the whole thing is updating, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of those points for a second. You know, I want to join it all together. So, but I want to keep parametric, right? So I'm going to take all my green, and I'm going to go to Tools and hit Join, and then hit enter. And I still have control over my surface, so I can go in here and turn on those points, and I can still edit them if I want to, right? No big deal. Pretty cool, huh? So you got that, right? But you know, you're afraid maybe when you cap it, you know, it's going to really jack it up. But no, you can go to select your surface, go to, where is it? It's Tools, maybe? No, where is it? I can't remember where it's at. Oh, cap, yeah, cap. Okay, now it's capped, right? And hit enter. But I could still, maybe this curve right here, I want it a little wider or something. So I'll just turn on points on it. Yeah, this one takes a while. I don't know why, but usually it does. Go ahead and maybe I want this point here. And give it some shading here so I can really keep an eye on it, and we can drag it out, and it updates, right? Go back to my shading, or maybe I want this one here. Go back again, and then just drag it out a little so I can kind of lay it all out, right? So let's go ahead and accept that, and maybe you want to check to make sure your stone's on here, because you can always manipulate it, right? So we can go in here and grab an extract ISO curve from that surface, and then to drag it where we want it, right there where that 50's at. Hit enter, grab that curve, go ahead, slap some gems on there, on rail, right? And go to target surface. That'll be this poly surface, and we can drag them up and kind of get an idea as far as what size stones you want. So if you want them that size, you can go back and grab that curve, maybe bend it out a little, or we can just select this and make those a little bit smaller. But you can see how much control, maybe you're thinking, oh, that rail's going to be a little too thin, oh, I did, sorry. Let's go back here real quick. Grab that puppy there. Select this surface here. Drag those up. Let's go ahead and drag. Ooh, yeah, baby. Let's make them that size there. I want a good position. Okay. And then I'll hit enter this time. But we can still go in here and grab this curve, turn on points, and we still have manipulation power. So maybe you wanted that a little wider for the stones, and everything is updating. Grab that puppy there, drag him out a little bit. Whatever you want, you still have control. Get rid of those points, go back to this one, turn on these points, and we still have total manipulation. To be able to, and it's updating the entire item as we do it, right? Something like that, right? But once you get it where you want it, it's all capped and everything. We'll just go ahead and say this is good, this is where I want it. We can go ahead and do the go to tools, go to solids, go to extract curve both sides, yes. Go ahead and click there. Do our boolean, first service enter, second service enter, enter, get rid of this puppy here, and we have our item out there. And again, we still, since we did that, we still have control over our item, I hope. Let's select that, and we can still kind of maybe manipulate it around, right? But there you go. It's, to get that, a lot of people are talking about this edge, and if you wanted it a little wider, all you have to do is just go ahead and place that out there, make a little bit larger cut or whatever, and do it that way. But we have a closed poly surface that we can do any kind of manipulation on at all. I'm sure you already know how to do this part, but let's just, maybe there's one or two of you out there that are unfamiliar with this. So we have this. Now there's a couple things. Let's just real quick talk about this since we're here. Let's go in and do a shell command, because a lot of people were talking about how can you hollow out the rings, right? Or make them lighter weight. So you can just click this surface, click this. That's shell command in your, I believe it's solids. And you can just click those with your shell command, and then down here in your line, its thickness, you can set how thick you want it to be, the walls after it's shelled out. You can hit enter, and it just goes ahead and shells it out for you, right? So I had it set as 1, so they're all at a 1. And then you can go back in there and do your other manipulation that you might want. Maybe you want a blend on that, or a little fillet. I always, anyway, you can grab that curve there. Well, right click, I clicked it back. I'm going to do chain edges, and I'm going to do this one here, and then none. I just do that one, and I'll go ahead, and it's set at, you want when you hit enter, you want preview yes, and it's set at 1. 1's too thick, but you have to go ahead and hit enter, and it might explode if it does. Oh, it's set at 0.1. Wow. Okay, so we'll go ahead and bump it up to a 0.3, and you just hit enter and see what that looks like. So it gives us a nice little fillet there, right? And then we'll just go ahead, right click, accept that. And we'll right click and chain edges again, and we'll select this one here, and we'll hit none, right? And that's going to do our inside. Well, actually we can do the whole inside, so I'm going to back out of that, right click, bring it back, chain edges, select this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. Now I can't tell what it's doing in there. So I got to get a little bit better view of make sure what it's going to do for me. So I backed out of it. So right click, chain edges. This one, this one, this one, not because you can't really select them, right? So I'm going to hit next. I'm going to get rid of this one here, holding down Alt. Get rid of that one there, and get rid of this one here. And it looks like I got a little teeny piece back there, and I don't want that there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit next, and then click on this one here. And I'm going to hit none for right now. And it likes clicking on that one there, and I'm going to go ahead and grab next. That one there, right? So we have all that out there, and you can go ahead and hit enter, enter. Give it a second. Go ahead and hit enter. And check your surface, close poly surface, so you're still good to go, and you have a nice little rounded edge on there. The last thing you need to do, perhaps, well, you need to finish this side off, I guess. So we'll go ahead, right click, we'll do a chain edge on this one, and we'll select that one, and then none. And then we'll hit enter and enter and enter. Okay, so there you go. Now it's all filleted out. And now what you can do is grab, hold down Shift Control, select that one, and just delete it. You don't need them. And it gives you your filleted edge right there, right? Or fillet edge, right? So it's got the nice roundness to it. What's this? Oh, my diamond. Okay. Yeah. Now we can go to dupe edge, right? Just select those edges there, and be careful you don't grab too much. You just want the edges there. We'll go ahead, hit enter, change those to yellow, and we will join them together. And 18 curves joined into 2 closed curves, so we're good to go. Now this one I wouldn't do the parametric sweep for it, but I guess you could. Let's see, surface, we'll just do the parametric sweep. The only reason why I say that is because if you do the parametric, I'll show you. We'll grab this, we'll grab our ring rail, we'll grab our profile here, we'll grab our profile here, and we'll hit enter, and of course it jacks it all up because the seams are not together. If you just do the non-parametric sweep one, it's kind of quicker. I guess it depends on if you want to keep it total parametric. This one I think you can just, it gives you your arrows, right? So now you can just drag that arrow around, drag this one around, and then hit enter, and it automatically will slap it out there the way you want it, right? And then you can just actually take that if you don't like that, and you can go to a taper, right? And then select this bottom one, and that's not the one we want, the handle we want. So go over here, select this handle, and maybe line it up in your right view there, and then kind of get the angle that you're cool with, and hit enter, right? And then just get rid of this surface here, and now you have that out there, right? And there you go. And then just take this, join, and we should have a closed poly surface, which we do. And you can go in there and start manipulating on it all day long. And go back to your stones, edit them, right? Drop them on down in to it says girdle, huh? That's interesting. I didn't place them out there on girdle, but it doesn't matter because you can just grab your handle here, placement, drag them in to where you want them. Go ahead, hit enter. Grab those stones, grab your cutter, cutters, and we'll change that to a flat, and we'll drag this puppy down some here. And that one goes way too far up, so you can do them separately, mirror setting, no, and now you can do the one at the top by itself, right? So we'll do flat, and we'll just bump that one up a little bit like that, and then we'll give it some go to wireframe so we can kind of see what's going on in here. Open this up a little. I'll go ahead and change that just to my favorite here, this one here. And then I'll go to my side view because it always drags it way far down. And again, it's not mirrored, so you'll have to do them individually. All right. Kind of get that. Maybe if you want to, let's go to shaded here. Yeah, it's okay. You could, let's see, what's a middle wire, add some extra in there if you feel like it's necessary. Let's go ahead and check it one more time before looks like it needs to go maybe just a little bit wider. This side's okay, it looks like. We can bump that. Let's check this here. Yeah, we can bump that out a little. And we'll go up here to this one and bump it over. And we'll just go ahead and say enter, and then we'll just do a solid Boolean difference. Enter, enter, and there you go. Hide this one. Yep, wrong one. This one maybe? There we go. And put your prongs on there, mirror them around, and do all your other kind of fun stuff. But hopefully this will give you, because some people, I wouldn't probably put a cutter out there. I'd probably offset these curves so that I can keep the angles and everything. Offset on surface, it just looks maybe a little bit cleaner. And it matches up with it'll match up with that edge here, right? But it's I think some people were talking about trying to keep that edge, and this is just one way. There's a ton of ways to do it, of course. Well, anyway, but there you go. Hopefully that helps and gives you a little bit more ideas and ways to be able to lay out your designs. I guess I should probably show this real quick. What I would do in order to get that cutter out there, let's go ahead and grab these stones and let's mirror them. Mirror, transform, mirror. We'll just mirror them over to the other side here real quick. And then we'll just dupe an edge right here, right here, right here, and right there, right? And hit enter, right? And then what we can do is we can take this edge and we can go to curves and we can go to our offset. In case you're unaware, we can offset this curve on surface here. Select our surface, flip our direction there. We definitely don't want it to 0.1. Maybe we want it to through points so we can just kind of snap where we want it. So something maybe like right there. And then we can right click, bring it back, grab this curve here. Surface, no, I want the curve. Why is it selecting my surface? All right. Let's go here, grab this poly surface. It's not exploded, is it? No? Okay. Well, just, There we go. Grab the curve, go to our offset, curve on surface through point, and then we can pick a point on there and then hit enter. Check, make sure. Yeah, there it is. Okay. It's on brown. Let's take this one and turn it on brown too then. All right. And then again, this one up here. Select that curve, offset on surface. Select our surface. And this one we want up, not on our rail there. Let's turn off snaps. Maybe right up in here. And there you go. And then right click. And then this one down here. Click on that curve there, right click this surface, and we can just snap it right there, hit enter. Now we can do some manipulation. We'll grab this, we'll just hide it real quick. We'll select, let's see, that's our original. Where's our other one? Maybe I didn't grab, oh. Maybe I didn't grab it. Let's grab this one here. Let's go to offset. Offset through point, base surface here, here, enter. Okay, so that should be all of them. So let's grab this surface, hide it, and now we have our curves out there, right? So we need to do a little manipulation. Those outside curves we can just go ahead and get rid of. We don't need those. And then we can just select this one, this one, this one, and this one down here. Do a little trim action. Get rid of this, 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 this. Get rid of this, 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 this. Hit enter. Join them together. One closed curve. We'll change it to yellow. We'll bring back our surface. What I have to, oh. Let's select that green surface and hide it. Let's change this one and put it to green. All right, so now we can take this and we can split with this curve here and hit enter, right? And it now that'll break history. But then you can grab this and do a surface offset. Flip that direction. 0.7, that's way too deep, maybe a 0.3. Hit enter. Solid yes. And hit enter, and there's our surface right there. We can take this surface here, we can nuke it, because we need to get rid of this top surface. Nuke it. Get rid of this top surface, and then there we go. Now, see, I just think that looks much better than the other cutter, right? You know, but personal preference, to each their own. But it's just a different way. All you have to do now is take green, join it back together, add your prongs, close poly surface, good to go. All right, so hopefully that helps, and if it does, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and share the video. Thanks very much for watching, and good designing.